When Suzuki introduced Gixxer, it was a bang on Indian two-wheeler market. After a couple of days, they introduced us the Gixxer SF. This bike is identical to the naked Gixxer. That means this produces 14.8 PS of power and 14 Newton meter of torque with addition of this fairing and addition of 4 kg of curb weight.
On the looks department, this is one of the best looking 150cc bike available in the country today, especially in this MotoGP edition. The neat muscular fuel tank, the front which looks like Hayabusa, and the stubbier exhaust makes it a fantastic looking bike. Switch gears are of top notch quality. However, there are few finishing errors on pass flash and horn switch. This bike gets all digital console which gives you a lot of information like RPM, odometer, speedometer, 2-trip meter, fuel gauge in addition with a clock, gear indicator on the side, neutral, gear shift indicator and high beam.
Ergonomics of this bike is identical to the naked one. That means you are getting almost upright sitting position as you can see and slightly rear set foot pegs. With the raised handlebar and slightly rear set foot pegs, this is the perfect sports tourer. I am saying this is sports tourer because this is not just a piece of plastic which is beautifully crafted over the naked Gixxer. This is wind tunnel tested and is very good in protection from wind blast. The problem begins when you keep your feet on dedicated position to get committed ergonomics. You end up stretching your muffler with the heel of your shoes, or I may say you end up burning your sole with your muffler, which is not a good thing from both of angles. On straights, to avoid wind blast, when you tuck down, you have to bend your hand too much, which is a pain. If there was a clip on this bike, you will be placing your hand here and bending would be less, so that would be a big advantage for this bike. So if you can arrange clip-ons for this bike which is having 41 mm front forks, then this will be a big thumbs up.
Well, I don't have any device to calculate exact timing taken for 0 to 60 or 0 to 100. So I will be doing 0 to 100 run so that you can roughly notice how much time taken for getting to 0 to 60 or 0 to 80 and 0 to 100. This will be 0 to 100 test.
Despite of having slightly rear set foot pegs and raised handlebar, that doesn't mean that this bike can't handle corners. This is extremely good in handling corners.
This bike is extremely flexible, so you can change direction quickly. Despite of having lower ground clearance, this bike doesn't make any problem due to lower ground clearance. And as you can see, I am riding on I think one of the worst road condition, and this bike can handle the worst road condition also despite of having lower ground clearance. No issue regarding lower ground clearance. Suspension is also good, so this bike can handle the worst road condition.
Something which I was not happy with the bike is the lighting of the bike, because the lighting on the bike is horrible and is very dim. This is the low beam and this is the high beam. As you can see, the spread of light is very minimal and is kind of useless if you are riding in low beam light, and this high beam is like the low beam of the bike. So visibility is very less and the range of light is also very less. So I was definitely not very happy with the lighting. In fact, I just hate the lighting of this bike. Now the $1,000,000 question, and the question is the mileage of this bike. Mileage on this bike totally depends on your riding condition. Well, as of now, I am getting 48 kilometers per liter in the mixed riding condition, that is 45 in the city and 52 kilometers per liter on the highway. Coming on to the top speed, this bike can do 131 on speedo, and if you are lighter like me, then only it is possible. If you are above 75 kg or 80 kg, you can do up to 125 or 124 on this bike. If you are carrying a pillion, you can do up to 115 118 kilometer top whack.
लकड़ी का जाली कहाँ से आई है?
Well, this bike on your riding condition, well, रात को भी फुर्सत नहीं है